My pranams to all Atma Jyotis. I welcome all of you for today's session of Advaita Makaranda. Makaranda is honey. Honey represents the sweetness, joy, happiness, bliss. So bliss of Advaita or bliss of non-duality is Advaita Makaranda. Is there anything more blissful? Is there anything more joyful other than understanding oneness of Jivatma and Paramatma? Individual soul is universal consciousness. Jiva Ishvara Ekatva is Advaita. Telling about that is Advaita Makaranda. A beautiful small text of 25 or 26 slokas written by Lakshmidhar Kavi brings out the deeper aspects of Advaita. This book is called Advaita Makaranda. Advaita Makaranda is a Manana Grantha, a text designed for contemplation, a text designed for removing our doubts. Okay, so the mind has, intellect has become crystal clear. Intellect gets established in the Advaita truth easily. There are Shravana Granthas, the books which are designed for listening. Manana Granthas, books which are required there for removing the doubts. And Nididhyasa Grantha is for meditation, the contemplation. Advaita Makaranda falls under the category of Manana Grantha. So we have heard how the honey bees work. Honey bees collect honey from various flowers. One drop of honey is collected by one honeybee. They come and deposit their honey in the honeycomb. Lakshmidhara Kavi does the job of a honeybee. He collects the honey. What kind of honey is that? The nectar of Advaita, non-duality. From many texts of Advaita, there are so many texts, Upanishads, Brahmasutra, Bhagavad Gita, many texts. He collects little honey and puts in a pot and gives us in the form of a book for us to enjoy the Advaita Tattva. And it's nectar, it's Amrita, because we realize we are the immortal soul, deathless, birthless Atma. Let us take up sloka number 13, 14, and 15 of Advaita Makaranda. In the earlier slokas, we had taken in detail Atma, Anatma, Viveka. Now we are continuing, and at the Kavis, the Lakshmidhara Kavi is addressing next question. So, next question, doubt will come to somebody. You say, I am Brahman. Okay. Brahman is changeless. Brahman is Nirvikalpa, Nirakara, Nirguna, formless, thoughtless. But I am undergoing changes. I am Savikara. I am born, I grow up, I become old, and I die. There's a Vikara in me. I go through a lot of suffering. I am unhappy. I am looking for peace. Vikaras or modifications are there in me. How can I be Brahman? How can I accept I am Brahman? This is the question being addressed. There are Vikaras in me. Brahman is Nirvikara. No more modification, no changes. Nirakara, no form. So that's why Lakshmidhara says in 13th sloka, understand the difference between knower and known. I am the knower. Knower and known are different. Subject and object are different. All modifications are in the object, not in the subject itself. Hence, I am free from all modifications. I am free from all modifications because I am the subject. Knower. Known has some attributes. Known has some qualities. Known has some vicharas or modifications. But knower has nothing. Why he says, if knower also undergoes changes, then memory is not possible. Okay, why you will understand later. Second, in the sloka number 14, there are many people who say, Atma, there is nothing called permanent Atma. Atma is born momentarily. Momentarily when the experience is there, Atma is there. Then after that, Atma is not there. Especially some schools of Buddhism. They are called Shanika Vijnanavadis. They say no permanent Atma at all. Atma is born temporarily, experience is there, born. So then if that is so, he says, how you can remember past experiences? Then next question is, how I can be Brahman? I am born and I die. The answer given is, prove me that you are born and prove me that you are dying. You have to prove me that you are born and you are dying. Then only you can say I am born and dying. So these are the three shlokas. Let us contemplate on the three shlokas. So what is the subject? What is the question being Purvapakshi is asking? The Purvapakshi is asking how I can be Brahman. How anybody can be Brahman? Brahman is Nirakara, no form. Nirguna, no qualities. Nirvikara, no modification. But I am going through so much of suffering in life. See, I am unhappy. I want to look for peace. I am looking for peace every day. Not only I am looking for, I am praying God also to give me some peace. I am praying Guru also, give me some peace. Understand? So, how I can be Brahman? This is the question. So, Lakshmidhara Kavi says, I have already taught you Atma, Anatma separation, subject, object separation. Consciousness is Atma and everything appearing in consciousness is Anatma, object. Atma, Anatma subject separation, we have already said. He gave the, what we call as Avastatraya Viveka, three states of consciousness. Waking state, dream state, deep sleep state. These are the three states of the body, mind and intellect. Nothing has happened to Atma. Atma is the unchanging witness of all these three states. In deep sleep, there is no body, there is no mind, there is no world. Suddenly wake up and find a body and the world. You interact. Then you go to dream state. This waking world and waking body is gone. Dream world, dream body comes up. And deep sleep state, all bodies and world are disappeared. Nothing is there. Who are you? Then you are in three different personalities? No, I am the only one. So if you are only one, then you are none of these. Neither waker, nor dreamer, nor deep sleeper. You are separate from these. That separate from these is the Atma. And what these are going through is Anatma. They are appearing, disappearing. Appearing, Anatma is Mithya. It appears and disappears. What appears and disappears is Mithya. It's not really there. If it's really there, it should not disappear, no. What is there in the background, all the three states, I only there. Otherwise, you have three split personality. You have three different persons, Mr. Waker, Mr. Dreamer, Mr. Sleeper. And Mr. Waker does not know what is Mr. Dreamer. Mr. Dreamer does not know Mr. Waker. Mr. Deep Sleep person who doesn't know Waker and Dreamer. But still you say, I am the one. I use the I am the Waker, I am the Dreamer, I am the Sleeper. That means you are not any of these. You are the Atma who is functioning in the Waker, Dreamer, Deep Sleep state. Atma doesn't undergo any change. Anatma only undergoes changes. The subject, real subject, pure awareness, does not undergo any changes. I am that. That is already told. So I am the knower of these state, three states. Knower is Sakshi, the witness. Witness doesn't undergo any changes. That's why I am able to see. So now Lakshmidhara Kavi said, already I have told you Atma and Atma, Viveka. Now apply that here also. any change belongs to the object. For example, this is banana. Banana has a smell, banana has a color, banana has a taste, banana has a size. But my eyes don't have size. My eyes don't have color. My eyes has none of these qualities. The qualities belong to the object, not to the eyes. Eyes are black. So the knower does not have the qualities. The knower has a quality. Knower is just an observer. So already we have spoken Dragdrishi Viveka. There are three seers. The first seer is the body or the eyes. The second seer is the mind. Third seer is the Sakshi, the witness. We gave the logic also. Eyes see the objects of the world, but eyes cannot see themselves. Okay, mind knows changes happening in the eyes. Okay, mind knows changes happening in the eyes, but mind cannot see itself. So the first seer is the eyes, second seer is the mind. The third seer is the Sakshi, the witness. Witness knows what's happening in the mind. Oh, I'm not able to think. Who says though? The saying is done in the mind, but who knows I'm not able to think is the Sakshi, the witness. So the witness or the Sakshi is the highest seer. There's no seer other than Sakshi. Correct? And I gave the example of woman in burqa. Woman in burqa, her eyes are only open. She can see everybody, but nobody can see her face. Sakshi is like that. Sakshi can see everything, but nobody can see the Sakshi. Even Sakshi cannot see the Sakshi. Just like eyes cannot see the eyes, but eyes can see everything. Okay, Sakshi cannot see the Sakshi. The witness also cannot see. I cannot see myself at all. Forget about I can see myself at all. Let me ask you one question. Okay, have you seen your face? Have you seen your face? Huh? Can you see your face? You will never be able to see your face. You can only see a reflection of your face in the mirror. Can you see your original face? You can see anybody else's face, but you cannot see your face. Understand? You can only use a mirror or reflection to see your face. Correct? Similarly, Sakshi cannot see its face. Sakshi cannot see itself. Sakshi needs a reflection to see itself. That reflection is mind, body, and intellect in the world. So the mind, body, and intellect is like a mirror. The Sakshi, the witness, cannot see itself. Witness can see everything else. So, and the problem is all qualities belong to the seen, the object, not to the seer. The color, form, and taste belongs to the banana, not to my tongue, not to my eyes. This is clear. The seer-seen distinction is clear. The seen is always separate from the seer. So if you understand this, let us understand the Vichara or modification. You are speaking of Vichara. I undergo Vichara, modification, you are saying. What Vichara you are undergoing? There are 6 types of Vichara told in scriptures. Asti means existence. I was existing in some form in my mother's womb. Okay. Jayate, birth. Vardate, growth. Viparimanate, I attain maturity. I become youth. Apakshiyate, I become old, weak. And vinashyati, die. 6 types of Vichara, 6 types of modifications are spoken in scriptures. So you say, how I am going to 6 types of modifications? See, I am becoming old. Okay, I don't know when I'll get enlightened. Before enlightenment, if I die, also what will happen? Okay, I'm looking for happiness. So we are actually worried about the modifications which are going on. Why don't you ask the question? Who is asking this question? The seer has no modification. The seer only has modification. The subject has no changes. Subject means real subject. The pure awareness. Atma. All qualities of modification, Vichara, are in the object. What is the object here? The body, the mind, intellect. Asti. Asti means I existed in some form in mother's womb. Before that, I didn't exist. I don't know. I don't know. I was not there. So, Jayate, birth. Now, let me ask you, what is your birth date? Say, I'm celebrating my 40th birthday on this day. I'm 40, and there are people who are making look nice also. I'm 80-year-old young also, let's say. 80-year young also, let's say. Because, so the birthday is something really people are very fond of. It's my birthday, right? The birthday. What is your birthday, my dear? When were you born? I was born in 1970, 1st of December. Who was born in 1970, 1st of December? The 1970, 1st of December is the day you came out of the mother. How can it be birthday? It can be exit day. I don't know any of the birthday. So 9 months before you exited, you are conceived. Was that your birthday? Which is your real birthday? If you want to say really my birthday, 9 months before you are conceived, 9 months before your exit, you are conceived. Is that your birthday? I don't know. So now we say we are born. And we don't have clarity about what is birth also. When we are born. We were born, if at all we are born, asti, we existed in the mother's womb 9 months before. Should we consider that as a birth? Jayate is birth. Vardate, grow. We are a small child, we grow up as a human being or tall and become old. Kshiyate, viparimanate, we'll attain maturity, youth. Then apakshiyate, we decay, become old. Then vinashyati, we die. These are the 6 modifications we go through. So, do you know you are going through 6 modifications? Yes. I was born 40 years back. I grew up a small boy. I went to the school. You see, the school is still there. Then I went to Bombay for study, Bombay for education. Then I went to America for job. Now I'm in Bangalore. Sir, what is not changed here? Your body has changed, your mind has changed, your intellect has changed, but you say I. Has that changed? Unchanging I is there in you. Now, which of it is real you? The changing one or unchanging one? Which of you? Others you have to say, I as a child is different. I as a married person is different. Okay. Every day I is different. Because every day is changing. Is that, are you changing I or one integrated I? Deep inside, you know, I only got born. I only grew up. I only went to Bombay. That unchanging I is always there in the background all the time. But you confuse the changing I. That unchanging I is the witness, the sakshi, the knower. And what you are seeing is the changes. The changes don't belong to you. It belongs to an object called body, mind, intellect. Is this logic not simple? If I see the banana, the color of the banana doesn't belong to my tongue. The taste of the banana doesn't belong to my tongue. Taste of the banana belongs to banana. The banana rottens, the banana decays. My tongue doesn't decay. The objects go through change. The subject, nothing happens. The pure subject, Atma, nothing happens. When I say subject, not the changing subject. There are 2 aspects of me. I and me. I is pure awareness, sakshi, the witness. The me is the body, mind, intellect. when you say, I am going to change, who is going to change us? So then I is going to change us? No. That's why all throughout life, I has not changed. That unchanging I is the Atma in the background all the time there. I am. When you use the word, English word, I am, it's a beautiful word. I stands for consciousness, I am for existence. I exist and I am conscious. Consciousness is Chit, existence is Sat. I am is Sat, Sat and Chit, I am. Already you are making a statement that I am Sat Chit, Sat Chit belongs to Atma. Then what are you saying? I am becoming old. So if you are becoming old, if you are able to, if you are able to observe all these, then you are unchanging. That means you are not becoming, there is vicharas are not there in you. If you are able to experience something, okay, the qualities are in the object, not in the experiencer. If the taste of the banana is not in my tongue, taste of the banana is in the banana, the color of the banana is in the banana. These vikaras or modifications are not in you. They are in the anatma called the body, mind, intellect. Then what you have to realize? Nanembudu, Nanalla, Videha, Manabuddhi, Nanalla, Sachidanandatma, Shivananane, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect, I'm pure consciousness, Shiva Swarupi. Separate out the anatma from you, body, mind, intellect. How do I separate out? Can you take a knife and cut it out? How do you separate out? When you experience something, understand the qualities are in the experience. So I am unhappy. Where is the quality? It is the mind. That's why you are able to see it. I'm not peaceful. Where is the quality? Mind. I am, nothing has happened. That I am remains same. No, I want peace. I want peace. Where? Who will give you the peace? The mind has no solution. The Atma has no problem. So all your life, you are trying to find a solution for the mind, which is not possible. All that you understand is, oh, this mind is not me. You have to separate yourself from the mind. How do you separate from the mind? Understand all the qualities which you experience are not in you. The seer has no qualities of seeing. As simple as that. So when you are suffering, immediately remember, oh, I am seeing the suffering. Seer has no problem. This is what is called nididhyasa. Then immediately you say, I am suffering. I want to become free from suffering. You are trying to solve the problem of the mind. Mind has no solution. And Atma has no problem. You have to decide, what are you? What the hell are you? You have to be on the side of the problem, or you have to be on the side of the solution. Atma doesn't require a solution. Okay? Atma has no problem. Mind has no solution. And mind is full of problems. And whatever problem mind you solve, next day another problem will be there. It is permanently problem. So no, one day my mind will be free from problem. One day my mind will have peace. That is a impossible thing, because mind itself is unreal. It is changing. Understand? So all these 6 modifications are not in me. Oh, okay, now I understand. I can understand 6 modifications, but I cannot agree for the jayate and mriyate. Birth and death, I can't accept. I know everybody is bound to die. Everybody. Is it not said in English that all men are mortal? Then it includes women also. All men and women are mortal. The big statement is there in English. English literature will have that. Right? So if all men are mortal, I am also man. I am also mortal. I also die. Okay. So this question has to be addressed. So now the question here, when you have seen yourself Have you seen yourself at any point of time? Forget about seeing yourself, real self. Have you seen your face anytime? You have not seen your face at all. You cannot see your face. Can you see your eyes? You cannot see your eyes. You can see eyes of anybody else. So Atma cannot see itself at all. Atma cannot objectify itself at all. Atma cannot objectify or see itself. So that means Atma has no way of knowing anything happening to itself. Atma can know something happening to others, objects. Then how do you say that you have 6 Vicharas, 6 motivations? Not because of Atma, by seeing somebody else you are saying, oh, that person is born, he grew up, he became old. Then you say, I was born, I grew up, I became old. Oh, you are also able to see these Vicharas, these modifications. That means you are not the Vichara. That means there's no modification in you. Because you are able to see, you are not that. Is the logic simple? Not simple. Huh? No, the me means who?
Here there is experience, there is no experience.
What you experience, you are not. Whatever you experience, touch, sound, taste, smell, taste, you can experience, you are not that. Because they are the part of the object. Atma has no sound, no smell, no touch, no taste, no form. The experiencer has no qualities. The experiencer has all qualities. Okay. Vedanta is a very peculiar logic. Vedanta is a very, very peculiar logic. If you go to a psychiatrist and says, I am suffering, psychiatrist is very happy. Oh, are you suffering? Please come. He will just look at a dictionary. There are 100 diseases here. Which disease belongs to you? Right? Vedanta says, if you say I am suffering, Vedanta says, very good. That means you are not suffering. I am doesn't suffer because I am is a witness of that. The subject, the real witness, I am, is like a screen. The Sakshi, I see, look at your own life. You have gone through suffering, you have gone through pain, nothing. I has remained I. It has not changed. It is bulletproof. Nothing can happen to it. And whatever you see is not you. Then what is your problem? What is your problem? Your problem is only thing is what you are seeing, you are thinking it's you. That's your problem. What you are seeing, you are thinking it's you. That's your illusion. That illusion has to be removed. Problem need not be removed because there's no problem for you. Are you understanding logic? Yes or no? Huh? Which is the other part? Yeah, you will never be able to see the other part. This is the whole point.
I can't assign myself to something.
You can't assign yourself to something because there's no such thing. It's not an object. Yeah, I am trying to assign myself to something. I am trying to find myself. There's nothing. There's no object. You'll never be able to find something. It's like one day I'll be able to see my face. You'll never be able to see your face. One day I'll see my eyes with my eyes. No, only when your eyes are removed. And with another eye, you can see this is my eye. But still, it is not your eye. That's removed from you. So the Vedanta logic is simple. If you say, I am suffering, Vedanta exactly says, if you're saying, I am suffering, you are not suffering. If people are coming to Vedanta to solve their problem, Vedanta doesn't solve the problem. Vedanta dissolves the problem. Because all problems belong to the mind. And you don't have problem. So dissolve the problem instead of solving the problem. And no matter how hard you to solve the problem will come up, keep coming because mind has no solution. So So then what exactly is your problem? Anatma you're thinking or Atma? Anatma you're thinking, you are the Anatma. That's your problem. You have to logically and separate out, and every time Anatma, you confuse yourself with Anatma, you have to say, this is Anatma. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect. So that's why you have to take one vaccination. What is the vaccination? Anytime virus calls, I am the body, mind, intellect, you have to remove the vaccine will trigger. Nanu, nanembudu, nanalla, ideha, manabuddhi, nanalla, Sachidananda Atma, Shivanandane, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect, I'm pure consciousness. This vaccination, if you take, you will never suffer in life. So, no virus will attack you. Okay. So, your problem is not the body, mind, intellect. Your problem is, I am the body, mind, intellect. I am is just a screen. Anything happening in screen, movie screen, a fire, war will not affect the movie. Like that, I am is not affected. That is your own experience. Your I am is not changed at all. Okay. I am no of the changing body and mind. So now, if I am also changing, no, I am also changing, I am also suffering, I am also unhappy, then who says when you are happy? The one who says you are happy had observed unhappiness. If you had become unhappiness, then you can't be happy. If the milk has become curd, it can't change to milk again. You don't undergo changes with the mind. You don't undergo changes with the body. Then you cannot say that I am the one who experienced happiness. I am the one who experienced unhappiness. You are in, I am in happiness, I am in unhappiness, I am in sadness, I am in joy. Then only you can say I am separate from them. If you already become unhappy, then how can you be happy? Then you cannot, no. So then there's nobody who can say that this you'll never say I has changed. Then I will be changing. In your language and your commission, I has never changed. I was unhappy, I am happy, I am okay now. Okay. So that unchanging, I only can observe the changes. If everything is changing, you cannot observe it. Changes only can observe the changings. If you are also changing, how you can observe the changes? The one who observes the changes is nirvikara. Vikara is happening to the body and mind intellect. So Vedanta doesn't solve the problem. Vedanta dissolves the problem. Mind has no solution. Atma has no problem. You have to choose your side properly. This choosing side properly again and again is called nididhyasa. Every time when you understand, when you suffer, you say, I am Atma. Every time you say, I want happiness, mind wants happiness, I am free from, I am free.
Not resolving the problem. It's saying this problem has no solution.
When you don't have the problem, solution doesn't matter to you.
As long as mind is there, problem is there.
For whom? For you, what is there? So far, your problem is you are thinking that the problem belongs to I am in problem. You are never in problem. When everything is changing, there's nobody to observe the change. If you are also changing with the body, mind, intellect, then you cannot say there's something has changed. It's like you sit in a river. Boat is going on, and you measure speed of the water. You cannot do simultaneously together because both are changing. To measure the speed of water, at least one thing should be stationary. If mind is changing, to say mind is changing, you should be stationary, unchanging. Okay. So then some people come and say, Buddhists are there. They have a very smart solution. There's nothing called Atma at all. They'll say, permanent Atma. There's nihilist. They are called what they call the Vidnana, Shanika Vidnanavadis. Shanika Vidnana, every time Atma is born and die. It's a temporary, Shanika. There's no permanent Atma at all in them, their language. Kshanika Vijnanavadis. So Vijnana means knowledge. Kshanik Vijnana. Atma is the knower. No. Kshanik Vijnana means everything is temporary. Nothing permanent is there. No permanent Atma is there at all. So they give you an example. No, I seem to be having permanent Atma. It's like a candle, my dear. The candle flame is glowing. The last minute, 10 minutes back, what flame is there? Now different flame is there. It's already changing. So Atma is also changing constantly. That's why it appears to be. It's changing so fast. That's why you think it's permanent. So the answer for that is, if Atma is changing permanently, temporarily, then how can I remember my past experience? If I have to remember past experience, I should have been there in the past. Same I should have been there. Something unchanging should be there. 10 years back, I was playing in the school. If Atma, my 10-year-old kid, Atma has born and died. Now I am 55, 69, 60 years old, Atma is there. Then who says I have the experience of 50 years? Right? Every time moment. Yesterday, I ate mango. So that Atma has died. Now new Atma is there. It's changed. Kshanika. So then the answer given is, oh no, that's not that complicated. The Atma which died, momentary, recorded its memory experience in a memory. So next Atma comes and says, reads the memory and says, I thinks that other Atma was there. I was there. Huh? No. They say nothing called permanent Atma. There's nothing called permanent self. Atma is the innermost self. They say nothing in the permanent world, including self. There's nothing is there. Okay. So now the argument against that. Okay, 10 days back I ate a mango. That Atma, if you ate the mango, temporary Atma, recorded that I ate a mango in the memory. Now today, new Atma has come in me, a new temporary Atma. So then it will read the memory. I ate the mango. But the taste of the mango is for that Atma. I cannot tell anything about taste of the mango. I only read the record that mango is eaten. The taste experience, I have not done that. So I'll never say that. I only experienced mango that day. I only experience mango now. So the Kshanika Vijnanavada or temporariness of Atma is also ruled out in that logic. From that perspective, there is something which is permanent, eternal, which is myself, which cannot change. So then you'll come back and say, okay, I'm able to observe the modifications. Body changes, the mind changes, intellect. I'm able to observe that. I also understand that I'm superimposing the change on myself and say I'm suffering. The moment you say I'm suffering, immediately you have to cut into two. I am and suffering. I am is the knower, suffering is the known. The knower has no problem. The Sakshi has no problem. The known has a problem. Because all attributes belong to Sakshi. I am or pure I has no color, no taste, no form, no touch, no sound, no smell, no qualities at all. Then you come back and say, okay, all these things I understand, it all belongs to Anatma, body and mind, but I'm born and die, no. All men are mortal, I am also a man. All human beings are mortal, I am also mortal. How? Then Vedanta says, Vedanta teaches, I don't have to prove you immortal. You have to first to prove me you are mortal. Okay? You have to prove me that you are born and dying. Tell me how do you prove that you are born and dying? I mean, I have a date of birth certificate, sir, given by municipality on this day I was born. Is that a proof that you are born? No, that's a death certificate. Anyway, your death certificate you will not see. Somebody else's death certificate you will see. That's a different thing. Can anybody see their birth and death is the question. Can anybody see the birth and death of themselves? You can see somebody born and somebody dying, the object. But your own birth and death, you will never be able to witness because you cannot objectify yourself. The moment you say, I'm able to observe my birth and death, you will enter into a paradox which cannot be solved. What is birth? Before birth, birth means something which was not there, now it has appeared. So before birth, I was non-existent, you have to say. If you are saying before birth I was existing, there's no birth. So before birth I was non-existent, then I was born, I became existent. If you say, that means a change has happened, non-existence to existence. Correct? So non-existence to existence, the birth has happened. That means birth is the first moment, the last moment. What you call as Antima Charana. The birth is the last moment of your non-existence. I was non-existent before birth, then I am existed after birth. That means, what is the meaning of birth? The point where the last minute, last second or last instance of non-existence of yourself. It is called Charama Kshana. The last moment of non-existence of yourself is called birth. Is that logic clear? Last moment of non-existence is called birth. Then, what is death? After death, I don't exist. That means the death is the first moment of your non-existence. Before death, I was existing. After that, I don't exist. Then what is death? The first moment of non-existence. You have to know, no, you have to know your death. Existence, you know. We are speaking of, I know my death. To say I know my death, that means you have to know the first moment of your non-existence. So you have to know your last moment of non-existence is called birth, and you have to know your first moment of non-existence called death. Is the logic clear? Is it possible for somebody to know their non-existence?
That's why I said the last moment of existence.
No, then last moment of existence is, then you don't know, you still exist. It is not death. The logic is very sharp, okay? You can't crack this logic. Death means you are non-existing. First moment of non-existence, you have to know. Correct, no? So you'll never be know the first moment of non-existence, or you can't know the last moment of non-existence. That means you can never know birth and death. Then how can you claim that I am born and die? How can you claim that I am mortal? So, and the moment you say I am able to observe my birth or death, then we enter into a paradox. Very paradox. The paradox is, do you exist? What's your answer? I exist. Are you aware? I am aware. You say I don't exist. To say I don't exist, you have to exist. To say I have a non-existence, you have to exist.
You can say that before my existence, I was non-existent.
Huh? What you can say?
Before coming into existence,
Ah.
I was not.
Yeah, but that is only assumption. It's not your experience.
Not existing all the time.
You don't, that's what I'm saying. You are making assumption about your non-existence. You can never say I don't exist. Have you seen your non-existence? Can you say I don't exist? To say I don't exist, you have to exist. If you have to see that I am non-existent, then you have to exist to say that I'm non-existent. Now I exist, but to say I didn't exist.
I didn't exist before.
How do you know? To say that you don't exist. I didn't exist to say you have to exist. Otherwise, who is?
I exist now. Now I'm saying that I didn't exist then.
I didn't exist. Is a knowledge for you? How is knowledge for you? If it's knowledge for you, you existed to say I don't exist. See, there are only two things. No, either an experience, direct experience, or an assumption. Are you saying that because of assumption I didn't exist? Deep sleep, what you say? Deep sleep say, you say I had blissful sleep. You say I'm experiencing blissful sleep. You never say it's assumption, it's experience. So to say I am non-existent, you have to be existing. So it's a paradox. Are you aware? Yes. You say I am not aware. To say I am not aware, you should be aware now. Then you will enter into a paradox. So this paradox can never be solved. Birth and death cannot be direct experience of anybody. Then how do you say I am born and dying? You see somebody is born and somebody is dying. Then you say I am also born and I am also dying. But you don't see somebody born and dying. You are seeing the body born and body dying. Somebody who is that consciousness you will never be able to see. So that's why body is not you, no.
All men are mortals.
No. There they don't understand it's Atma and Atma. They don't understand. All men are mortal when they say, they don't understand Atma and Atma and all. They are just making a general statement. General statements are so nice, but they are not true. In the WhatsApp university, every day you get some general statements. Be happy, make everybody happy. Why you don't know? Like that, men are mortal is general statement. If you analyze properly, I look at other people and think that I am born and dying. It's only assumption. I can never experience my birth and death. That's why 6 vicharas do not belong to me. I am the nirvikara. So, what are you? Repeat. Ajara, Amara, Atma. Ajara, Amara, Atma. Ajara means no old age. Amara means deathless. Atma, I am. So Vedanta says, I don't want to prove your immortality. First, you prove me, prove your mortality. To prove your mortality, you should have experienced birth and death. The onus of proof is on you that you have birth and death. So from this perspective, Lakshmidhara Kavi says, I am Nirvikara Atma, modificationless Atma. And please understand, nobody has to see anything. It's already directly experienced by you. What you see, you are not. Your problem is what you see, you think you are. That's your problem. Reflection in the mirror, you say, how nice is the me. There's a reflection. Body, Chidabhasa is not you. Reflected consciousness is not you. Your problem is reflected consciousness. You are thinking you are the reflected consciousness. What is the problem? Let us sit silently for some time. Close our eyes. Who am I? There are several modifications I go through. Existence, birth, growth, maturity, old age, and death. I experience all these 6 vikaras or modification. But if I look closely, I am the one who is experiencing this. I has not changed. To see anything changing, there should be somebody who is changeless. I am the one unchanging reality, Atma, observing the changing body, mind, and intellect. The body, mind, and intellect is anatma, not self, object. I am the pure awareness subject. I am a combination of changeless I and changing body and mind and intellect. I confuse myself with the changing body, mind, and intellect. I am the pure consciousness, unchanging reality. I have never seen myself. I can never see myself. I cannot objectify myself. I am the pure subject. I can see everything, but I cannot see myself. What I see has the qualities. The seen has the qualities. Seer has no qualities. The seen undergoes changes. The seer doesn't undergo changes. When I do the seer and seen separation, I realize I'm free from all modifications. All modifications are in the object, known. The knower has no problem. I am the unchanging self, Atma. Ajara, Amara, Atma. Old, no old age, no birth, no death. Satchidananda Swarupa, existence, consciousness, bliss, I am. I am free from all modifications, nirvikara. All modifications are anatma. Anatma is mithya, unreal. I alone am Satya. I am the Atma, pure consciousness. I am free from all suffering, all changes, nirvikara. All that I have to do is logically separate out myself from anatma. I am the eternal seer. I am the unchanging reality. Muktoham, I am already free. Shuddhoham, I am pure. Asatoma, Sadgamaya, Tamasoma, Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma, Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Purnamadaha, Purnamidam, Purna, Purnamudachyate, Purnasya, Purnamadaya, Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Nanu, Nanembudu, Nanalla, Ideha, Manabuddhi, Nanalla, Sachidanandatma, Shivananani, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect, I'm pure consciousness. Shivaswarupi. Antarjyotihi, Bahirjyotihi, Pratyakjyotihi, Paratpara, Jyotireva Jyotihi, Swayam Jyotihi, Atma Jyotihi, Shivosmiham. I am the light of the self, awareness, Atma Jyoti. I am the light illuminating entire world, Jagat Jyoti. I am light beyond all lights, Paranjyoti. I am the light of love, compassion, and wisdom, Swayam Jyoti, self-luminous light. Atma Darshanam, Brahma Darshanam, Brahma Darshanam, Satya Darshanam. To know the self is to know God. To know God is to be God. To be God is to know truth. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Rub both of your hands. You want the eyes. Slowly open your eyes. There are a lot of social media sites. Light of Self website is there. YouTube channel is there. There are a lot of programs for iRead for children. You can subscribe to any of these and you can forward to your friends. With that, we are concluding today's session of Advaita Makaranda. In 11:30, we'll start Dragdashi Viveka, Kannada. Anybody has any questions? Any questions are there? Yes, Deepti, any questions?
Pranam Gurudeva.
Pranam.
Not exactly, but a little thing. When we say Anatma and Atma, we are distinguishing between the two things. But we also say that everything is a part of the same consciousness. Percentage wise, it varies. And that's what it makes us more realized to certain things and to not to certain things. When we say objectify the things, the Anatma thing should be objectified and let it, like identify only with the consciousness, with the Atma. So
See,
aren't we again creating the two?
No. The confusion, you have to be very clear. There's only Atma everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
It is like water alone is there in the ocean, wave, bubble, and foam. Is there anything else other than water in any of these?
No.
So what is bubble? What is wave? What is foam then?
Different expressions, different forms of the same thing getting expressed.
Correct, no?
Yes.
But wave doesn't know that. Wave thinks I am small wave. And there's a big wave. Then wave is afraid. So the wave is Shiva. Because wave is identifying with the name and form. Wave is not identifying the Atma, water.
Yes.
So wave has to know I am Atma. Then you have to tell wave that you are not the wave. You are not a name and form. You are water.
Okay. Understood. Understood.
The moment you identify the name and form, you have become Anatma.
Yes.
Right? You are separate yourself out.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, when in the day-to-day activities, our day-to-day life, like I'm a mother, I'm a teacher, and I'm executing the things. So we use the name and form for the execution. What is that which makes us in the execution? The execution remains alive, and still me as the consciousness always stay in my own self, and the execution happens. But because if I keep repeating it and recalling it, remembering myself with the same thing that I am Atma and these things are Anatma, that creates a lot of not a natural thing.
Please understand, the Anatma is only to starting point. Okay,
Yes.
but there's not the end point. Then you say everything is Atma. Next level.
Yes.
Brahman is everything. First, you remove the identification with a small name and form.
Yes.
Then see Brahma Satya Jagan Mithya. Then Jagat is the world is Mithya, but Jagat is Brahman only.
Yes.
So please understand there are two stages in our realization. Atma Darshanam to see myself. Then Brahma Darshanam to see the world as Brahman.
Yes.
So they are not two different entities.
Yes.
Unless you see yourself properly, you cannot see the world.
Yes.
But you see yourself, you have to remove all limitations what imposed on you. That's anatma.
Yes.
So then you see yourself as atma. Then you see the world, your husband, father, mother, the sun, the moon, everything is atma only.
Yes. Yes.
So then, once you see yourself free from limitation, then you are peaceful. That's called mukti.
Yes.
So then you see everything as myself. The whole world is myself.
Yes.
That's called bhakti, love.
Yes. Yes. Understood. Yes.
Right?
Yes. Thank you.
So,
Thank
to
you.
see anatma is the only one step. Anatma is name and form. Name and form
Yes.
is not real.
Yes.
Reality is nameless and formless. It's a totality.
Yeah.
And there's oneness. So,
Yes.
see, there's nothingness. There's no other. It's called Advaita. That's the Atma. To see everything is myself is called oneness, love.
Yes.
So bhakti and jnana go together. That's why Atmanu mokshartam jagaditaya. Self-realization and jagaditaya, love.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Right? Otherwise you start hating the world. Hey, this is anatma. My husband is anatma. My wife is anatma. No.
Yes.
Understand?
Yes. Yeah. Hari Om. Hari Om.
So
Thank you.
there is no subject object duality goes.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? Any questions?
Hari Om, Prabhuji.
Hari Om, Mani.
Prabhuji, Buddha, whatever I've read in Buddha's teachings, of course, I can't read the original because I don't know the language. He says self-image is born and it dies. Andre ego is born and dies, born and dies.
We are not speaking whether Buddha is spoken. There is a philosopher called Kshanika Vijnanavadis in Buddhism.
Okay. So that is one school of Buddhism.
One school of Buddhism.
Okay.
So what they say is a documented philosophy. That's called Kshanika Vijnanavadis.
Got it. Okay.
So we are speaking of them only. We don't know what Buddha spoke or we didn't speak. Right?
Okay. Sure, Prabhuji. It's clear now. Very logically explained, Prabhuji. And that existence, non-existence, that point is so subtle and so nice.
How do you know you are dying and how you are not born? Just because the book says all men are mortal or women are mortal, you also become men are mortal and human.
Absolutely. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay. Anybody else got any questions? Otherwise, can you close for the day? It's only body. Atma you cannot see, no. Huh? Yeah, but you're not. You're not the body. Your problem is what you are. Okay, shall we close for the day at 11:30? Henry Mala and Prashni Idya? One who says I am born and die. Ignorant person.
The one who says is the BMI only.
Yeah, for him, we are asking. No, for him, it's already told. Atma, Anatma separation is done. Who are you? It's already told. Then ask him the question, have you seen yourself? He's asking the question from Atma, ignorance point of view. Okay, 11:30, we'll reassemble on the same Zoom session for Dragdrashi Viveka, Kannada version. Hari Om.
Hari Om, Guruji.